ठीक है। तो देखो यार, हम लोगों ने वी हैव स्टार्टेड एनालाइजिंग द ओपनिंग्स, है ना। कुछ प्रिंसिपल्स हम लोग ऑलरेडी देख चुके हैं, लेट्स रिवाइज देम। किंग को हासिल करना है तो बिशप और नाइट को निकालना पड़ेगा। बिशप एंड नाइट, बिशप एंड नाइट, बिशप एंड नाइट। Bishop is on the C and F file, and A and H is rook. B and G is knight. King is E, and queen is D. Okay, A B C D F G H. किंग को कासल करना है तो बिशप और नाइट को निकालना पड़ेगा। बिशप निकालने के दो ही तरीके, या तो यहाँ से या तो यहाँ से। ठीक है, इन द सेम वे इसको निकालना है तो इसको यहाँ तो या तो यहाँ से। ठीक है, इन दैट प्रोसेस इसको इसको निकालना नहीं चाहिए यहाँ पे। मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं चाहिए ही, देयर आर प्रॉब्लम्स अटैच्ड। अगर इफ यू पुट दिस पॉन हेयर एंड हेयर तो क्या होगा कि फिर इसका मूवमेंट जो है ब्लॉक हो जाता है। ठीक है, दैट्स दैट। वी कैन डू द फियनकेटो, इसको मैं यहाँ ले जा सकता हूँ, और फिर वी कैन आल्सो गो हेयर। यू विल देन हैव these two diagonals covered up by the by our bishops. ठीक, but that becomes actually a defensive move, है ना। If we go here and then go here, then you find that we have already put ourselves into a defensive position in the first place. So then we will have to play defensively, है ना, to play the game properly. But that has its own problems and issues and things like that. ठीक है, ऑब्वियसली अगर हमें इसको निकालना है यहाँ पे तो फिर है ना, वी कैन रियली गो इन दिस डायरेक्शन, बिकॉज अगर जब इस डायरेक्शन में जाते हैं तो फिर if it comes from here, है ना, it can be taken on here as well by this, and it can also be taken here by this. So फिर ये यहाँ आ जाएगा, यहाँ आ जाएगा, तो फिर इसका मूवमेंट नहीं हो सकता। ठीक है, और इवन इफ हो भी सकता है तो अगर एक बिशप यहाँ अगर इसका मूवमेंट होगा तो इट कांट कम बैक, इट कैन ओनली देन कम बैक हेयर और हेयर, विच आर लिटिल बिट डेंजरस फॉर योर बिशप्स। एंड आल्सो यहाँ से तो फिर भी ठीक है, किंग को देखता है, बट यू नो फ्रॉम हेयर इट इज ओनली लुकिंग एट द नाइट, एंड देन यू विल ओनली बी फोर्स्ड इन वन वे और अनदर टू जस्ट टेक द नाइट एंड गिव अप योर बिशप विद द रूक। अगर आपके प्लानिंग में बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है बिशप तो फिर दैट कैन रियली क्रिएट अ प्रॉब्लम। ठीक है, ठीक है। सो हम लोगों ने पीछे ये देखा था, जब इसको हम लोग यहाँ ले जाके यहाँ ले जाते हैं तो फिर इट बिकम्स लिटिल बिट ऑफ डिफेंसिव पोजीशन, तो हम लोग इस बार ऐसा नहीं करते हैं। अगर हम लोग इसको और इसको यूज नहीं करते हैं, वी जस्ट ओनली स्टार्ट डेवलपिंग ऑन दिस एंड देयर कॉन एंड लिटिल बिट ऑफ अ क्वीन, तो फिर क्या है कि दीज विल नॉट कम इनटू द प्ले। और क्या है कि फिर आल्सो द रूक्स कैन नॉट रियली कम इनटू द सेंटर। सो उस प्रोसेस में इफ यू वांट रूक्स एट द सेंटर, आफ्टर कास्लिंग करने के बाद भी आपके पास केवल है ना एक क्वीन और एक ये रुक ही रह जाएगा सेंटर में, दिस इज रुक इज नॉट कनेक्टेड, देन दैट कैन क्रिएट a little bit of problems as well. Okay, and obviously if that is happening, then you will find that the center is not very much लॉक्ड इनफ इन दैट पोजीशन, क्योंकि आपके पास ये दो पीसेस आपने अभी तक यूज किए ही नहीं है। सो लेट्स ट्राई टू नाउ गो in terms of locking the center and little bit of that. King in a defense may be already leave the center only to take back control by these two pawns a little bit later. We start with this pawn. So वैसा है, so वैसा भी कर सकते हैं, है ना। what to do, I'm not very much sure। किंग ने डिफेंस को ही देख लें, नहीं मेरा ऐसा मन नहीं है विशेष, है ना। आई इन दिस प्रोसेस आई वांट टू मेक श्योर दैट आई ब्रिंग माय रूक इनटू द सेंटर, और उस प्रोसेस में क्या क्या दिक्कतें आती हैं। ठीक है, आई वांट टू डू द कास्टलिंग, आई वांट टू हैव माय रूक्स इन द सेंटर एंड आई वांट दीस फोर पीसेस आउट, ओके, wherever they go. So let's just try to do that. Someone tries to take control of the center, पहले मैं चलूंगा। इसको निकालने के लिए तो मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, straight away here, someone plays this, I can go here, no problems at all. No, no one can really come. I mean, it can come here and then come here, then that's another problem. We can go here or here. That's another issue. That's totally different issue. We have yet not brought the bishop out. If we are looking at this position, अगर हम इसको करने जा रहे हैं तो फिर हम लोग देखो अभी हमारे bishops have not been active, और उसके लिए हम लोग को इसको यहाँ और यहाँ निकालना पड़ेगा, जिसमें कि थोड़ा दिक्कत हो सकता है। ठीक है, वन takes control of the center, no problem at all. अच्छा देखो यहाँ जब बिशप रखे हैं तो what they do is that they are controlling the central totally. I mean, this bishop is controlling this and this square. This bishop is controlling this and this square. They are also controlling this and sorry, not this, this and this square. Yes, and he's also controlling this and this square. Okay, so decent amount of the center they are controlling. ठीक है, only this is not controlled. The bishop can, you can see, can come on these diagonals, and this bishop can come on these diagonals, so they don't really actually usually cover these knights area. So that's why you will many times see that these bishops can come here and come here. देखो कुछ है नहीं अंतर है ना. The other person has taken control of the center with the pawns and we have taken control of the center with the knights है ना. Nothing else. In just two moves we have gone in this direction which obviously has है ना further stated the overall direction of the game a lot because now we can go like this. पे चाल नहीं है मेरी चाल है. We can try to take control of the central obviously. If we go in this direction, if it takes we can obviously take no problem at all. But let's say if we put this and if we take then also there's no problem at all, but we will double the knight, so probably it will be a lot more better to develop one of our bishops if we want, especially if we want to do the castling. So then we can either go here, if it takes we can take and then we can go forward, or we can just go bit small in the which position in which position it can go here, but that's none of our concern. We only have to move our knight. We can move our knight here or even here, although then it can take and we cannot save it, so that's not a good move. Also here as well. So in that process, if we are looking for this looking for developing our knight on this diagonal, probably we should not be going straight away for the two knights. So let's put here. Okay, one comes here which can very easily come, can be possible, it can go there, but now you can go here because now the queen cannot take, which is looking pretty much like a king in defense now. uh, but it can never really come back here as well unless until it has taken, but it is uh, supported by this and obviously you cannot take it with this bishop. Okay, so that's an issue. uh, this is the problem probably of giving control of the center early on. Okay, we try to lock the center. They come here, which can many times happen. We lock the center. We know that this is well protected enough, although it is looking at the king. This is a problem. When I say if you have not castled the king, this is certainly a problem. And if somehow you have to move, then you will have to uh, use. Then then your development can get a little bit delayed for sure. Okay, no problem at all. They obviously there's no use of coming here to block is this. Although they may choose to go so because they know that somehow sooner or later you're gonna do so. They do go so. We go here. They bring out our queen and we cast. Okay, so this is a setup which I have many times seen. I also many times delayed the development of this knight purposefully. In that process, I do. What do I usually do? I have started doing because I usually develop it quite late. Many times, what happens is that either the queen or the bishop takes this, and I have no other option but to leave it, or it goes there, and I leave it. I leave the rook to be defended by the queen, but they want to, if they want to, they take this. Okay. Okay, so in that process, in the king Indian defense, this becomes very much crucial. And as I was saying before, that we are not giving attention to this, uh, these six pieces very well, which can really cost us a lot more dearly. A lot more better will be the move of a5, so that we can then go forward here or here. So that is another issue. But even if the queen comes here and your knight is here, and you have played the a5, yes, then you can go here, and the knight will be uh, protected by the queen, because usually this goes here to take this knight. So I feel like this a4 is actually a very good move early on. And probably I can even start here as well because I don't really see any proper threat as well. So probably I can even start from there as well. No problems at all as far as I can see. Okay, no problems. Okay, this has been the case. Now it's I have castle the king, so it has no really value, but it can want to take, it can takes, I take. No issue, double pawns has been done. Now what will happen? Now you can see that he has not yet developed as well, not castled as well. In that process, only his bishop has arrived here and was pinning it. Okay, and that was the case because he has used two central pawns in the first place. So anyone who plays two central pawns will certainly bring his bishops into the play. Okay, that should be a very much given. But in playing the central pawns and the bishop, you will find that they uh, have not activated this these four pieces more often than not, and then there will be the queen. So queen and bishops and pawns. These three things you're gonna find in the center. Okay, one, two, 3, and 4. And that is what we are actually seeing. More or less, that it has been the interplay till now. This is really quite properly nullified now. This staying on this diagonal actually really means nothing whatsoever. Because these two pawns have been locked, so in that process this can really happen. In fact, this many times happens in my own games as well. It can only come a little bit later in the play in terms of the diagonal. Let's say for that matter, if someone plays this, I go like this, and they want to take, they can take, and then this becomes very much easily takeable. Let's say if they take, I take, no problems at all. है ना? They can take, so but they know that I am holding very too much crucial squares. Whenever I put it, I can take, and the only way to take it is, obviously, I'm not gonna use my roofs in this way and then this, or this is not gonna go here and then take this because the queen is there. And also, king in defense is not played like that. The only better move will be to go this, and if it is here, if it takes, I take back as well. So that's the case. Moving forward, it chooses many times to come here. Roofs are yet not there, and king has yet not been castled. So that's another matter. Obviously, for that to happen, a lot more better option would be to eliminate the queen from here. But it comes here especially to uh, defend. I mean, to especially take the bishop, which has not happened in this place. I don't know why. Why has it come? It has come just because it was there. Okay. So this trade is still to happen, and this knight has not been development, but in that process, the king cannot be castled. Well, for that, it will have to come here. So that's okay. Let's bring it here. We have arrived at here, no problems at all. We can now also go, but this is hanging, and we can now take it, but it will take us as well. But let's take it. It takes, no problems at all. We can want to, if you want to, we can take, no problems. He castles. Good. We come back. He comes here to attack this as well as this as well as this. Triple fork. That is a problem. So now you can see that uh, if the knight, I mean, obviously, if the knight goes here, then it can come here and then it can come here. So this process, this one knight could be developed on this side like we usually develop it from this. And it can really actually create a very much deadly triple fork if space and if the castling has been done. And because if castling has happened, then these two pieces will actually be in these places. And even if the queen was there, this was a sure shot go. Where will you go? I mean, even if you go here, it takes you one of your rook, and that is a big problem. So, but it's a fork. It's nice, good. I can. But, whatever may be the case, the thing is that it actually is an issue. I mean, at least for the later down the road. Nice. If it's that, it's good. It might want to take this, but it can't go here. So no problems. It comes this. So this much has happened. Obviously, it can't take. It can never really take unless until only the spawns start coming. So that's another matter. Let's bring let's bring it here. है Now it's a not it's not good. In fact, I can not just that. He cannot go for this. I can take his queen. So that is that. Now it's not going very good. So let's get back to our positions a little bit. कुछ ज़्यादा ही स्पीड से हो गया है तो आई थिंक प्रोबब्ली 20 मिनट ओनली 14 मिनट में ही इतना एक्सप्लेन कर दिया उसका रीज़न ये है कि वी आर गुड एट द बेसिक्स नाउ ठीक है Whew, थक गया थोड़ा सा मैं 1 मिनट भैया थोड़ा विश्राम विश्राम सावधान विश्राम सावधान विश्राम सावधान अरे थम विश्राम सावधान Mm. बुजुर्गों ने फरमाया कि- So ultimately, what we are trying to do is that we are trying to arrive at a stronger middle game in the process, ultimately at a stronger end game. ठीक है? So हम लोगों ने ये देखा कि if someone is using the central pawns, then obviously more often than not, the chances are that they're gonna develop their they are develop their biceps as well because that becomes quite easy. You know. And if they do so in the initial process, we will find that these four pieces will be quite stuck, and they might bring their queen out. And most likely, if these two pieces are stuck, the king cannot really castle. ठीक है? So this is something that we have noticed. Uh, and obviously, है ना, if someone wants to do, then not only just two pawns, they can straight away go for the four pawn attack in the first place. है ना? It's like we'll find that they have arrived like this. So that becomes a totally, and someone can obviously even go for the uh, all out eight pawn attack in eight moves, which you can very easily find at least in one of your 70 or 100 games or so, and one, probably one or two in 200 or 300 games. But it is a certain possibility. People do play this. I have seen it. Okay, so that's that. Let's do so. We are playing this, है ना? We are trying to do the Fianchetto thing because we want to avoid this, or we can also play for the center, but right now we are not doing so. So what we are doing then? uh, Instead of on this diagonal, instead of developing this upon this diagonal, we are more on the for the Fianchetto, for which we at least do this, if nothing at all. They go here, we go this, no problems at all. We can take it, they can take it, so that's another issue. They come here, we go here, and they come here, and then we are in trouble. We can go here, and they can even come here, then we take from there. Let's say they come here, we take it, no problems at all. They come and give us a check, can defend it from here, no problem. They go and try to look at this pawn, which is actually not free, but that's okay. We castle. Okay. Not many a times, but you can see such a situation at times as well. You can now come back very easily, although you have a double pawn, which doesn't really look very good at all. You know. So, but it's okay. Okay, let's say if they obviously you can see that they cannot hit castle. If they go here, then you already know that it can then come here and then can come here and can fork three of your pieces, right? So this is something have seen with our experiences, and this can happen, Hannah. But it doesn't really look very likely, Hannah, because no one is really stopping him to go there. No problems at all. You already know that you need to go for this trade. So for that you need to go here, but if you go here, it takes, and if you have to take, so that's another issue. Or if you take, it takes, so that's another issue. Whether you want to do so or not, you may like to uh, push this uh, bishop out. You may go for this. He may retract. Nice. But still you can't make this trade. And why has it happened? It has only happened because you have first played this and not this. Because of which you were not able to take this, because of which it was not able to take this, because of which queens didn't see each other. And that's a part of the play which has yet not been happening, which is something which can happen in your real time game as well when you are trying to develop your pieces quite fast and someone has really played this move and after this move. So, and you are quite looking for the development and you feel like that, okay, at least nothing, then you can certainly develop. And what else you can do? You cannot really do much because if the knight is not out, you cannot really castle, and then someone can really give you a check here and there. So probably what was looking very good there, why not develop from this? Probably, I guess it's better to start from this if you want to play the king in attack. Okay, if you don't do so, you might find yourself in such a condition. How to play from there is another matter. So let's just start from there. Go there, someone does this, no problems. We go here, someone does this. It's okay, we can take if we go there. We do the fianchetto, no problems at all. Someone brings the bishop out, gives us check. Looks a check, gives a check. We go here, no problems at all. Uh, he can develop his knight if you want to develop his queen. That's another matter. But queen is actually not very much useful here. But let's say someone feels very much. I mean, let's not say that. ठीक है. I think already, people usually bring their knights out. It's not a very common. But usually people bring their knight out and then they defend there, as far as I have seen, and then they try to defend this knight with this bishop. है ना. Then I take, then the bishop takes, and bishop sits here, and he starts looking at this rook, for which I have started sometimes, at times also, playing these two together. First this and then this. So that's another antidote. But times, Hannah, in some of the games, it can create some problems if you just play this and then Hannah, your this development gets quite delayed. So that's another issue. But let's proceed. हाँ, ठीक है. तो ये हो गया. And now we don't castle. Uh, they can take, but that's not of much value, so no problems at all. Let's say they also go here and they choose to go so, or even a very natural choice comes like this. They feel like coming here and it's like that. But then you start thinking that whether I should be putting it this there or not. But you take. That's okay. They take. You go here and they take. You take. They obviously cannot take. They cannot go here, and even if they want to come here, that's another issue. And then they bring their knight out. You castle. Simple. Okay. Then they may choose to do something. Let's say if they move so, seeing the fork, you take. Uh, you can even take from this. That's not going to use problem five. They take. You can also take. No problems at all. Uh, why will they come here or what on earth? They come there. You go there. Simple. No problems. Now they can come here. They can come here. Obviously, they can be taken on both the places. That's another issue. They go here and look at it. We cannot straight away give him a check, and you can start this movement, but that's another issue. You go straight away. अरे मेरी चाल है ना भैया. मेरी अच्छा. Yes, this fucking thing happens a lot of times, to be very honest, and I am yet not very much used to this. I should be uh, clear about it, that if we put, I mean, in general, when we talk about the opening, we say that we should not be putting our pawns here because that blocks our bishop's movement. है ना? But if that is here, it looks at this, and this is the king goes after the castling. And if the pawn is not there, in this case the pawn exists, but if the pawn is not there, the king cannot really castle. So that's another issue. So if we want to move this pawn, which we want to move this pawn, because if we do not really move this pawn, we cannot really use them and them. So in that sense, this pawn's movement does really become very much crucial. And without its movement, nothing can really go happen. But with this, they might choose to take. Let's say they choose to do so. We can take back. Obviously, they will not take, they cannot take. So that's another issue. They may choose to go like this. Why not? We go here and they can go here. I mean, that's not very much of value in one sense, but uh, that's okay. Uh, now they have the chance. So obviously, they, at least if nothing, they go like this. चलो ठीक है, ये pawn खरीद लेंगे in one way or the other. Now we can start looking in terms of going forward. This is the middle game of a proper king in defense, because you develop a lot of time in castling and developing this and this pawn and this pawn. So that, because of which the natural result is that these two do really get stuck for a really long period of time. है ना? So that's a drawback. तो अब again फिर मैं इसको यहीं इतने हूँ कि हम लोगों ने थोड़ा इस बार इस साइड को डिस्कस कर लिया है. ठीक है. I don't know how many times I have seen this situation. I can't really figure it out. Many times, many, I don't know how many times. At least 50 times. This is the kind of middle game that I find myself into when I play the king in defense. But ठीक है, इतना बहुत है. चलो तो थोड़ा सा और खेल लेते हैं. Let's say if he chooses to go there, है ना, feels like मेरी chance है. Uh, I can take this pawn. I do. है ना, they can choose. They can choose to they can go like this many times. They do so. I don't know, as if I don't see that you can take it. I bring it back. आजा भैया. ठीक है, आ गया. They choose to go so like this, or they might even choose to go for castling. They do so very good, but the knight is not protecting this square, but the king is there, so no problems at all. Further down the road, uh, at this moment, I'm not sure how many moves has happened. 17, c4. Yes, so 17 moves down the road, we find ourselves into this position, and it takes a while, and usually not much time is left, 20 seconds or so. Obviously, we cannot develop here. We cannot develop here. We can develop here, but we also know that if we develop here, then I mean, with here, here, and then we can do a fork, and but not in this place. ठीक है. We have three main pieces. We have main four pieces. Obviously, two rooks, which cannot obviously, we can only take a rook if it comes straight, which is not possible. We have a queen, so we can on obviously they are sitting on the same rank. So taking one rook means the other rook takes you back. So you do not really want to really actually put your queen in that process. It will be better to if you take with this. What to say, bishop, but this bishop cannot really take him either this nor this nor this nor this. Why? Because they are all on the darker square, so that's another matter. We can put bishop on this diagonal so that it looks at this, but uh, very soon we can lose it. The main thing is that we have a lot of pieces, but pawns have yet not been pushed, so that's another issue. So we can push the pawn. Say if we choose to so they cannot go for it. Obviously, they cannot go for it as well, but they can come for it. And then here, probably here or whatever may be the case. So they choose to go for this, and also they can take this. This has two attackers. We can give it one defender. Okay, now, but they can then take the queen. You see, that's an issue. So we go here. Many times I do so. I take. Uh, he takes. I take. Okay, so one knight goes. For that, two pawns go as well. Okay, so that's another issue. 3 to 5 pawns are there. We have 4 pawns, so we can push the pawn, but it cannot properly be defended. Let's say if we go for it, obviously it is not going to take. They come for this pawn. Okay, now the pawn play and the push and comes up, starts up. But see, observe that these four pieces get stuck at the lowest rank in this way. The queen has not been developed, this rook has not been developed, this knight has not been developed at all. And we have crossed 21 moves. So that I think probably is actually a very, very passive kind of play, very, very passive style of playing. But it's not as if that we are not in a good position. We have four pieces, they have only three pieces. We have our queen, they also have our queen. So it's not like that our king is quite safe as well. Not totally safe, but quite safe. Uh, Next move. It's largely a part of the end game. So end game is quite different actually. We need forking in that process. It's looking here. So now we can straight away take it and also from it. So not here. Let's say it chooses to go back here. Because then obviously can. I mean, then occasionally someone puts their pieces on the blocks. That's not your end game skill. So let's play fair enough. Place this. I cannot go there, and he's also looking at this, but I can take his. So what will be the ideal? An ideal will be to make another queen. That we will feel like it's a good, but still, we should try to create a good position for using these pieces, which right now is not the case. How will we make such a good piece? Obviously, the end will be in checkmate. Otherwise, the time control will go away. So we will have to see both the things as try to see how we are playing, but whatever we are playing. है ना? One of our thought is to go and push the queen. Obviously, it cannot go because it is standing here, and these two are there as well. So it will be quite a hard thing. So the first thing to make this a queen, promote this to a queen, is to make sure if nothing at all, this pawn should not be there. It cannot be taken by this rook straight away. For this, it has to come out, or this can go, but it is blocked as well. So queen can do this. So let's bring this queen here. Nice, no problems at all. This queen takes this pawn. So when we were thinking about promoting the pawn, we were not thinking about saving our queen or the pawn, and it gives a check. We save it, no problems. Uh, Obviously, it's not going to come here, but he goes here and threatens this, and this as well. I mean, not probably because they're all looking at each other. But yes, we take it. Nice, very nice. Hmm. It can go obviously, it can very clearly go here or even go here as well. Many times they will do so, but let's say they are quite smart and they go here. But if they go here, I will take. So let's, I mean, at least इतना तो करना पड़ेगा भाई. I go there, he takes, he also takes. No issue at all. I cannot give him a check, so that's another issue. For that, I will have to use something more. I give him, I go for this. He can go there, he goes there, I go there, he takes me, I take him, checkmate. Even when the queen was there, even when these two pieces were not touched at all. But that demanded from him to go on this place. But that could not have happened if we were not looking for promoting the queen in the first place. It seems in the end game, ultimately now we can feel like that it is very important. And if we have not played this pawn in the first place, it was, we will not be seeing that. So in the, it's important while playing the opening and the middle game that which are the pawns that we are gonna looking to promote down the road, which is something which is, I guess, right now is missing in our game. Because that does really create a little bit of a pressure in terms of time as well as in terms of moves. So let's go for that.